Welcome back to your sixth sense, your superpower. And today we're going to actually begin to experience this wonderful energy intentionally. So there are 4 decisions that you need to make in order to get this sense awakened, like turned back on. It's inherent in your body. It's inherent in your experience, but we've been ignoring it. Now we've turned it on. So by being open, that's your first decision. Are you open to seeing, perceiving, experiencing yourself as an intuitively guided person, a well-guided person? And my intuition really works for me, and I use it in my life. So that's a change of attitude for most of us, something brand new. But it's like if intuition is broadcasting energy to you, bringing information, you are the receiver. And if you're not open, click, it's off. So you have to turn the receiver on by making the decision to be open. I have a client who said, I asked her one time, I said, how open are you to intuition? And she said, well, it never occurred to me to consider the question. I just didn't think about it. And I pointed out, but you're here. So your body showed up. We have to bring your attitude to show up too. Be open to that. Your intuition works for you. She laughed. She said, well, that would be different. I just thought you'd give me some information that I'd think about. And I'd say, no. We're learning in a different way. You can't experience intuition until you decide in advance, I'm open. However, part of you's open or you wouldn't be hearing this conversation. So trust and bring the rest of you to the conversation by saying, okay, I'm open. That's the first decision. And the second decision is to expect your intuition to work. Now, we're talking about something you haven't experienced consistently yet for most of you, so this might be a bit of a leap. I want to start by introducing you to what your inner vibration guidance superpower feels like. So here we go. What I want you to do is, let's do this right now. Follow along with me. I want you to shake your hands out like this. Breathe. Don't hold your breath. Shake them out. And breathe. And then I want you to shake them again and rub them together like this. And then slowly pull them apart. And you're going to feel something bouncing back between your 2 hands. And some of you say, well, it's just my body heat. But no, not when you get this far away and you still feel it. Or this far and you still feel it. Not when you do this or this and still feel it. So let's do that again. Rub your hands together. Pull them apart. And just feel the energy. We're going to name it. What does it feel like? Just as I'm talking, start calling to mind, what does this energy feel like? Some call it thicker air. Some people say, well, it feels a little bit like hot energy. Others say, well, I experience this as cool. But give it a word, because once you acknowledge what you're feeling, you're not going to ignore it ever again. Okay, so now energy changes. There's different energies at different places, so do this again, and this time shake it out. Put your hands like this, and have the experience of the energy going from one palm to another across your head. Some of you could think, well, this is weird, but that's just your ego talking. Just experience what you're feeling, okay? Breathe and feel it, and you'll notice that it feels different than the energy here. So this is what you're picking up. This is what you're receiving. It's almost like different radio stations broadcasting different messages. Shake again, shake out. Put your hands one over your heart and one over your belly. And continue to breathe. And feel the energy there. First, just experience it. And again, give it language. What does it feel like? And I'm not talking about emotions when I say feeling. I'm talking about actually an experience that you're having other than your thinking brain and other than the traditional way you feel things with your senses. You're feeling vibration and energy. So how does it feel? What does this feel different? How does this feel different than this? Or this? Or this? It's very fun. So pick a person in your life today. You have a friend, a child, a neighbor, a partner. Just say, "Let's do this." And then put your hand to their hand and feel the energy connect. And then back up and see how far you can back away and still feel the connection. So that's really a wonderful way to kind of understand this is a real thing I'm responding to. And this is what is giving you the information. So I want to share a story with you about a client. This just happened 2 days ago. I have a client I've been mentoring for quite a while, and I've been teaching her how to feel vibration and to acknowledge it because we want it to inform you. We want it to inform your decisions. She shared this with me. She said, "At first I thought this was all funny and fluff. I didn't think it was very practical. However, at work, I have 2 partners. We're 3 of us working on a project, and the project has not been going very well at all. And I didn't know what to do about it other than just keep showing up and hoping that it's going to work out. But I have a lot of stress about it. And so I thought I would use the experience that you invited me to do with the hands with them." Well, the first woman that I worked with, when I put my energy next to her energy, I was surprised because her energy felt pretty chaotic, very different from mine. It was like I'm classical music and she's frantic jazz over here. I mean, we're just on a whole different rhythm. And I experienced it, even though my intellect was fighting it. That's how I organized my experience. Her energy was all over, but it wasn't bad, just different. Okay, good to know. Then I tried my other partner. And when I rubbed my hands with hers and felt her energy felt like concrete, but not bad, just kind of immovable. And I was surprised because it's not necessarily how her personality comes across. It's just my experience. And I had this big aha moment that my energy was very different from theirs, and I was trying to control it all. I was trying to get us all on the same vibrational wavelength, namely mine, because I was assuming my energy was the superior energy. But when I worked with you and I just thought, just observe the different energies, I kind of contemplated, what can I do so this is not a battle? So I can work with my partners. I can continue to finish the project because we were almost done instead of quitting, which I had been obsessed about doing because I wasn't enjoying the music. And I said, "So what did you do? What did you do with that information? What came spontaneously?" She said, "What came is that everybody had their own process, but I felt that I could trust them in their process, and I had to quit controlling it." She said, "I decided to just let go, trust them to do their thing. I'll trust myself to do my thing. And we all come back together. These 3 pieces will somehow work." She said, "You know what? Everything changed. Everything changed." This was just 2 days ago. The next day, she said, "We had the best meeting ever." She wrote to me and said, "I let it go. I let her do her music, her do her music. I did mine." And intuitively, my guidance, what came to me that I didn't plan was just let everybody do their thing because they know what they're doing. And she said, I decided that I could stay in this partnership. I don't have to quit my job. I don't have to hate on them. I don't have to tell myself that I can't trust them. And I gave myself a little bit of freedom to recognize I too have my own energy. And if I respect it, instead of trying to manage theirs, that I could get more done. So this is just a practical application of learning to assess energy. Instead of trying to shove it into one tunnel, let's just see what is actually there. One of my intuition, very important early teachers of intuition said, actually, Sonia, intuition is a keen sense of the obvious on an energetic level. So what we're doing is we're beginning to see that this could really change my life. This could help me assess things more accurately. This could help me see where I don't have to fight everything, but make choices based on what I'm experiencing. In her case, the choice was everybody knew what they were doing. They were just doing it differently than me. So I'm going to trust that. And it worked out for her. Maybe what you pick up is everybody's doing things in a way that feels terrible for me, and I don't want to participate. So you get to make that decision. Maybe it feels like I can't explain it. I don't know why, but I love being here. And so I'm going to stay, even though I can't logically come up with a reason, and I'm going to make that decision. It works for me. But we have to start recognizing that energy is communicating as much as words, body language, sound, and every other avenue of influence. Intuition is communicated by vibration. And when we start assessing and speaking this language, it then becomes super informing. And that's the beginning of your superpower. Your assignment today is to go experience other people's energy. You can do it with your hands. You can also do it with your heart and belly. Just put it out and feel it. You can do it with your eyes. Put it out and feel it. You can do it with your ears. You can put it out and feel it. But we're not thinking it. We're feeling it. That's why I gave you the language yesterday, so you can name what you're feeling. And the more you experience and language it, and the more you recognize there's all kinds of differences, then the more informed you can be and make choices that help you be an energy that feels good to you. And that's a big part of what this is all about. Have fun with this. Communicate on the community board what you experienced, what ahas you had. Don't be heady about it. Trust and express what comes immediately. It'll be very informing. It'll be a lot of fun, and I'll see you tomorrow.